Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another video. I hope y'all are doing well. Today is the long awaited, by some of you, a video about my process for Bible studying, right? There is no right or wrong way to study the Bible. The most important thing is that you're in the Word each and every day. And this year I've had the incredible blessing and privilege of following along with a year-long Bible study. And I'll tell you the Bible study that I'm doing, and it involves reading the Bible through the entire year and reading it through in chronological order, meaning reading it in the order that the events occurred. Okay, so I have my little checklist here, and I thought I'd do this morning. This is probably like the fourth time I've tried to film this video, and each time I forget something or I misspeak or whatever. So hopefully this will be the final cut, okay? So I had done a video before as well that showed you like all of the stuff I use, from the Bibles that I use to the program that I use to the highlighters that I use to the pen that I use, right? So I will try to link that video below. And I decided to do this morning because I'm fixing to go in and do my reading for today. But, I hope, yeah, it's in there. Okay. Yeah, because I've already started the process of how I study the Bible, okay? Again, no right or wrong way, okay? No right or wrong way. I'm not here to teach anything. I'm not a theologian. I am a learner, right? And the purpose for me doing this is to grow closer to the Lord, to learn more about Him and, to grow closer. So, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I go on a walk every morning. I get up early before the sun rises and I go on my walk, and that is the time that I choose to listen to Kanoi's video. Okay, so let's put our list aside and we're going to look here. Hopefully it's not too glary. Yeah, okay, and you can see kind of what I'm doing. All right. So, yeah, 7:20 in the morning. Okay, so we're going to go right directly. See, she's the first one right on there. Okay, so now let me just tell you a little bit about Kanoi. I'll get to her channel. There she is. She's beautiful inside and out. Okay, so I knew Kanoi before she started this Bible study, okay? And I was so thrilled when she announced at the beginning of the year that she was, yes, okay, so you could see all that. Without a glare, I hope? Yep, okay, fabulous. Okay, yeah, I knew her and I was watching her channel well before, okay? And that is because she also is a creative journaler, right? So she has beautiful journals, and occasionally she would put in on her channel, like last year, she would put in Bible study with me, and so I started watching those and I was like, oh my goodness. And I think that's really when, like, well, not really the first time, but anyway, it doesn't matter. That's kind of when, like, it got in my mind, or the Lord was speaking to me, that I really have always wanted to do a year-long Bible study. And I've done Bible studies in the past. I've told you this, where I've, certainly read chapters or books, certain books of the Bible. I've read through the Gospels. I've read through the Psalms and Proverbs. And, I've read some of the Old Testament, and I've read, some of the New Testament. And I've, like Bible studies and book studies and all that kind of stuff through my years of having a relationship with the Lord. And so I had always wanted to do a year-long study. And in the past, I had even bought, like, a 1-year Bible specifically. I think I had more than one-year Bible, but I always felt like it was disjointed. I always felt like, they give you like a passage from the Old Testament, a passage from the New Testament, and then they give you a psalm and a proverb. And, while it was wonderful, it was very disjointed. And so when I heard, that she was going to be doing this Bible study, I was just thrilled, right? And so this is how I do it. So in the morning, I'm a little bit behind, but in the morning, let's see, what was I listening to this morning? Okay, I listened to this one this morning, the Songs of Solomon. Okay, we read the whole book.
Hello, family and friends.
Okay, hello, Kanoe. We read the whole book at one time. And so this is how I do it, right? I go on my walk and I just listen to it, okay? One of the things that I love about her Bible study is that she prays at the beginning of each lesson, which I love because I think it's so important to ask the Lord to open our eyes and our heart and our mind to what the Lord is bringing to us, right? And so I love that. I love that she does that. And then she prays after each Bible lesson as well, that we would apply it to our lives, that, yeah, it's just beautiful. And I love that she prays beforehand and afterward. And then at the very end of every single video, which I absolutely love, she has a call to salvation. And that is for those that would like to invite Jesus into their hearts, right? And have a relationship with him. And so she invites you to do that at the end of every single video. And I love it. I love it. Okay. And then during her Bible study, she literally goes line by line. Okay. Line by line. So if you click this little more thing here, you can click that, and then over here it'll bring up a description. Now it's different on every device. This happens to be an iPad. So when you go well, first of all, like down here, you can go like wherever you need to go, right? It's separated into chapters. So if you like, let's say, you start reading or whatever, and then like you need to stop for some reason, you can always go back to the video and you can click wherever you left off. So you have that down here. You also have at the bottom, you have the transcript. So you can read through a transcript. You can print it out, whatever you want to do. There are just so many different ways of going about viewing this. Then if you click more right here, I love this too. And I so honor the amount of time that Kanoi puts into these Bible studies. Like it's unbelievable. I mean, I do videos frequently, but I don't edit, all of that. And so she is studying the word first for herself, then bringing it to us, then editing her videos. And I mean, the amount of time it takes, I just can't even imagine. So Kanoi, if you're watching, I appreciate you so much. And she does it wherever she's at. She is doing the best she can. After all, she is only human. She's doing the best she can. At this point in time, she is in her homeland, Hawaii, and on vacation there, and she's still bringing us the word. So she's just amazing. So let's see. Yes, during her Bible studies, if you watch the video, she goes line by line. Now the Bible that she uses is the English Standard Version, or the ESV version. I do not have that version. And so that's part of the reason why I just listen to it as I walk, because if I'm watching the video, which I don't typically watch the video anymore. It's taken me, we're 6 months in, right? And it's taken me this long to really kind of like find a rhythm, So don't be dismayed if you haven't found your particular time of day that you like to do it, or you haven't, carved out enough time, or whatever the case is. Don't be dismayed. It will come. It will come. And so yeah, she goes line by line, and that's part of the reason I don't watch it or listen to it while I'm reading through my Bible, because my Bible is the New International Version, and I also read through or use the Living Translation. So if I was going line by line, I would much rather have the same version that she does, but you certainly don't have to, okay? I hope that makes sense. All right. And yeah, she is only human. You know, she is a learner of the word, you know. And so we, of course, listening to her, have to be discerning of, you know, the things that she says, and the, you know, and the particular notes that she takes or whatever. I think it's important to question everything, you know, even the Bible itself, to ask yourself questions, to research for yourself, to use outside sources, right? I think that's very important. I'll go through some of the outside sources that I use. So one of the things also that I really love is that in her, on her site, right, you go to the more, and then right here it says Google Documents. So you go there, you click all that, right? And then what she has in here, which is super helpful, especially for the beginning Bible studier, okay, is she has pictures of her actual Bible with all of her notes, okay? All of her notes and highlighting and all of that. So back to my process, right? So I walk while I listen to what the lesson is for that particular day that I'm reading. Then when I get home, I read through the lesson myself, all right? Now I might stop there for a second and show you what I mean. Okay, so let's move this aside. Okay, here are the different pens that I use, just so you know. I use this for making arrows because it's nice and thin. It's a needle tip 0.3 Energel liquid gel pen. This is a 0.7. This is my absolute favorite pen. Got the idea from Kanoi, and I love it, okay? It's a permanent pen, though, and I don't mean indelible. I mean, it's not a throwaway pen. You can buy refills, and here's a little side note. You can buy refills for this one as well, okay? And did I say they're Pentel? Yeah, Pentel. And then this is a little retractable Sharpie with a fine tip that I use when I'm writing on my transparent sticky notes, okay? In here, I have my highlighters. These are Mr. Pen Sleeks. They're already rubbed off. I do enjoy them, but guess what, guys? I'm starting to throw out a new one every day because they've been lasting about 6 months. I'm in the 6-month mark. I got them at the beginning of the year, and so I just ordered a new set because, like I said, each day I'm like, okay, this is running out. This is running out. Okay, so in my little pencil case that I got at the Dollar Tree, I keep my highlighters and I keep my transparent sticky notes, okay? They're plastic and they're see-through, and so that's why I need to use the Sharpie on them, because that's the only pen that works. So that's what I do with that. So when I am reading, we'll just go to Psalms, okay? When I'm reading the Bible, let's just make sure you're centered. Okay, first of all, this is the NIV. It's called Journal the Word. I do believe that it is in my Amazon shop, if you're interested, in this specific Bible. I like it because I can journal in it, right? Now, I don't do the Bible journaling where people use their Bibles as like an art journal kind of thing and paint it in and all that. This is strictly to study the Word, okay? So I come in here and I read like the one chapter, right? Or whatever. Like, say we're reading Psalm 1, you know, I'll read Psalm 1. Then I myself, whatever is spoken to me, you know, through the Holy Spirit, I highlight or whatever, you know, what I think is important, or not that all of it's not important, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Then what I do is I go to, this is what I call my preacher Bible. This is the Bible that I got when I first accepted the Lord into my heart, when I first had a relationship with the Lord. Well, I still have one, but you know what I mean. So we'll go to the beginning of Psalms here. And this particular book is the Life Application Bible. And I love this, especially if you're a beginner, okay? I love this Bible so much. And let's just get you centered. Okay, yeah. This is the reason I love it, because at the beginning of every single book, it's a study Bible, okay? At the beginning, it has the vital statistics. It tells you the purpose of the book, the authors of the book, when it was written, the setting of the book, the key verse, the key place, the key person. Psalms is much about David. King David. And then it gives you a synopsis of the book. I always read this before I start a new book. Doesn't matter how many times I've read the book. I enjoy reading it. It gives you a blueprint. I mean, it gives you so much information, right? Then as you're reading like all of this is extra information. Here it starts the actual verses, right? So when I'm reading the Bible verses themselves, right? I read all that, and then I read down here at the bottom of each of the pages, or most of the pages, I guess. They have a commentary. Okay, now a commentary is simply that it is someone who has made comments about what is being read in the Bible. So it's kind of like their interpretation of what the Bible says, right? So it's just to aid in understanding of the Bible. Okay. And so I first read in this study Bible, right? Then I look in here and I read the commentary, okay? And I take notes, more notes, and I highlight more, okay? Then I might also have this right in the middle. Let's just get back to Kanoi's channel. I hope it's still here. Yeah. Then I might go and just have this set up while I'm reading too. And I go through her notes and I see, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's an interesting thing. Or, oh, yeah, I see how she wrote this. And, oh, yeah, I want to remember that. Or, oh, I didn't get that when I was reading, so I might add things from her notes, right? She also has in here her IG account, her personal IG account. She has a donation section if you feel so inclined. She is actually, I think, embarking on expanding this whole Bible study project. So I'm so excited for that. And then she has the Bible recap. She has a bunch of links in here. I'll tell you about the Bible recap in a minute. And then, yes, her Bible study supplies can be found in here. And she also has a Facebook group. And I don't know where it's at on here, but I'll leave the link below. And so that is, it's intended for discussion. It's intended for possibly prayer requests. It's intended for asking questions and gaining clarity, things like that. So that is a great resource, as well as in the comments, right? Because someone had even put in the comments for today about how they looked at Bible project for a visual, and I'll get into the Bible project in a minute. So for a visual on the Songs of Solomon. So let's see on my list here. Okay, yeah. So I come in here, I read a chapter, let's say. I read through a chapter. I might have Kanoi's notes right in front of me just to look at them. I get my own notes from my Life Application Bible, and I add those in there after I've read those. And here is another something that I use, and this is called Blue Letter Bible. Okay, this is another tool, and I emphasize the word tool, right? Because the ultimate is the Bible itself, right? But to dig deeper, to have more understanding, some of us need commentaries and tools. And like I said before, commentary is just people that are commenting their interpretation of what is in the Bible. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go to Psalms, and we're open to 1 right now. Okay, so now you can download this for free, this app for free. It has a lot of different buttons and gadgets and all sorts of things. You can do Bible study digitally. It's just a very good tool to have in your arsenal when, you're reading and understanding. So I just click anywhere on there. I hope y'all can see this. I go to text commentaries, okay? And then there is commentary from a bunch of different people, right? So you have like Chuck Smith, he's from Calvary Chapel. David Guzik is from Calvary Chapel. I usually go to David Guzik. I like how he breaks it down because he has the study guide, okay? And then there's a bunch of other ones, right? but we're just going to go right here. So you go to Study Guide Psalm 1 if you want to dig deeper, okay? If you want to dig deeper and have more understanding. Then I read through all of this, okay? So I listen to it first. I'm a very well-rounded learner, I would say. I like I'm like auditory. I'm an auditory learner. I'm a visual learner, and I'm a kinesthetic learner, right? I need it all. I need it all for me to understand what is going on. And of course, I need understanding from the Lord. That's what one of the reasons I really appreciate that Kanoi prays before each of her Bible study sessions. So then I look, on here, and I go through and I read the whole thing. Like they break it down in here as well, verse by verse, okay? So I go through here and then I transfer anything that I find in here that, jumps out at me. I then put it in here, like certain, like either word studies or what certain words mean, what certain phrases are referring to, things like that, okay? So then I read the Blue Letter Bible and I take even more notes and I highlight even more. Then, if I want to, and I am going to go do this today, no, it's not on there, it's on YouTube. Okay, so then I go to Bible Project, okay? Now let's see, Bible Project. Whoops. And I'll have all the links below, okay? Is that right? Yes. Okay, let's see what this gives us. Bible Project right here. This is a fantastic site, okay? They have all of these, let's go to videos. This looks like a talk, but like this right here, what's in your Bible? It's an hour long, but I'm probably worth it. I'm sure it is worth it. So it has all kinds of visuals. And let me show you in here. Where did I have it? In Solomon. No, not Solomon. It was about Solomon. No, it was about Samuel. Gosh. Yes. Okay. So in Samuel, right here, this right here is from this visual right here, which I love these so much. Okay. This is the visual for Samuel, book 1 and book 2. It was originally one book. They split it into 2 anyhow. So they have this whole huge, beautiful cartoon, right? But it explains almost every aspect, every important aspect of the sections in the Bible. And I find this so, so helpful. So what I do is I actually go to their website, which is, I think, Bible Project. Let me see if they have it on here. Bible Project. All right, let me just see. They have a home page here, so let's see. Let's see what that'll get us. BibleProject.com. Okay. And in here they have, like, you can watch their things. They have resources. That's where I got this from, right? I do believe. So you can go on there. This is a fantastic resource, especially if you're a visual learner, right? So there is that. And let's see here. So we'll go back to here. Oh, and just so you know, I just want to make mention of this, okay? We've read through, like, I don't even know, over a dozen books now, I think. And I just cannot tell you how blessed. We haven't read through Second Chronicles yet, but I can't tell you how blessed I am. Oh, we haven't read through First Kings either. But it's been such a blessing, such a blessing. Now, I love looking back through here and seeing just all the notes, everything that I've learned. It's just amazing, amazing. And I like doing these things too. Like, just so you know, I like, just for my own understanding, I like to, whenever I'm learning about something, in this case, we were learning about the cities of refuge. I like it visually in my brain, to like visualize the Mediterranean Sea, where that is on the globe, and know where all of these were, back then. It just helps me understand. And so all I do is I go to the computer and I look up the 6 cities of refuge diagram or whatever, and I print it out. so that it fits in my Bible. And then Kanoi taught us this really cool way of tipping things into your Bible, instead of like taping them in with washi tape, because sometimes that can actually tear the pages of the Bible because it's like super thin. You just take tacky glue and you put it right along the edge of the paper, and then you just stick it in. I like to kind of shift it up and down a little bit, but you stick it in there, you close your book, you leave it for a few minutes, and then it's like it's in there and it's right in the spine. And does it bulk up the book? Yes, it does. But that's okay. That's okay because it's helping me. So I really enjoy doing that. That's a little tangent, right? So that's just a little tidbit for you. I do that quite often. If they're, I have other ones like that Samuel one. When we were like, oh, I put stickers in here also. But can I tell you, it's not a competition, just so you know, like whose Bible is most colorful, whose Bible has the neatest handwriting, whose Bible has the most arrows. The Bible police aren't going to come after you. It is all for just your own understanding. Do what works for you. Okay, that's what's most important. Do what works for you. As far as my highlighting, because somebody might ask, I have no system. Okay, it's whatever the color of the verse is. If I have anything to say about it, it's written in the same color. So these verses right here go with this understanding here or explanation here, right? This and this go with this orange one, right? This purple one goes with this down here. I put it in a square in blue because it's kind of like together. So yeah. So that's how I do my highlighting, just in case you're wondering, right? Another little tangent there. Okay, so what have we gone over? Right. So I listen to Kanoi's lesson. Then I read through the lesson on my own. I take notes and I highlight. Then I use my preacher Bible, my life application Bible. Okay. And I read through the commentary of that. I also have Kanoi's notes up and running on my iPad so that I can see her notes as well. And then I go to the Blue Letter Bible, which is an excellent resource for commentaries. And I read through that and I take more notes and I highlight more. Now, the time it takes me to do my Bible study, it all depends on what I'm reading, It usually for me, it takes no less than an hour and up to 4 or more hours. It just all depends. And quite honestly, some days I'm just, like I can't wait to read more. So I just keep on going, And then there are those days where after, a few chapters, I get fatigued, and I'm like, if I read anymore, I'm not going to understand what I'm saying. So I think that's important too, is to know your level of fatigue, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you understand anything if your whole heart is not in it, So I just want to throw that out there too. Yeah. Okay. So what else? Then I go to the Bible Project, which is the visual website that I just showed you. I really enjoy listening to their videos, watching their videos, because like I said, I'm a very visual person. So that's super, super helpful. And then at night is when I usually watch Tara Lee Cobble's The Bible Recap. Now, we are reading, well, I'm behind a little bit, but and that is okay as well. Let me just tell you that is okay as well. We started this in January, the 1st of January, and I was consistent, and I still am consistent. I'm still in the Word each day, although things happen. You get sick, or your kids come into town, and or you have family in town, or you're otherwise engaged, and yes, the goal is to be in the Word of God every single day, right? But life does happen. So I'm a little bit behind, no big deal. Okay. Those videos are always going to be there. So it's not like I'm rushing to as soon as Kanoi drops her video, I'm watching it. No, no. It's whatever works for me individually. And I would say the same to you. Whatever works for you individually. You don't need to like start like where we are right now, right? I don't even know where we are right now, but I happen to be in the Song of Songs, the Song of Solomon. You can start wherever. I would tell you, if you are going to start this project, I would tell you start at the very beginning. There's no point in starting in the middle when you haven't had the, the beginning and the story before all of this. You know what I'm saying? Now, on to the Bible recap. The Bible recap is actually the reading plan that we're using, okay? Now, you can go on to the Bible recap, and let me see, I will show you on here. Hopefully it's not glary. Okay, so I'll show you on here, the Bible recap. We go up here, we go there, we search the Bible recap. That's my third one. And this is what this looks like. Okay, so you go to videos, and it will show you. Okay, now these videos are anywhere from 5 minutes to 9-10 minutes. They're very short videos, and they are exactly that, a Bible recap. Okay, so it's not like a full-blown Bible study like Kanoi's doing. This is strictly for what it says, a Bible recap. She just goes over some main points, and that's about it. There are specific books that you can buy by Tara Lee Cobble. You can buy the actual Bible recap book. You can go to their website and print out their reading plan like I did. They have a 1-year reading plan, I think, and a 3-year reading plan. We're doing the 1-year reading plan. And yeah, so at night, after I've done everything, right, when I go to bed, I will watch her video. Sometimes I don't watch it at all, to be honest, but sometimes I do. And I like hearing just the main points, right? The main points. And then if she has something like else to say that I did not catch in any of the reading or the other Bible study that I do, if there's another point that she made, then I go ahead and write it down, right? Okay, so this is the full year reading plan, and it's set up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Just so you know, it is not labeled as such because you can start whenever you want. It does not make a difference, okay? It's the only thing that's numbered is the actual day of the plan, like day 1 of the plan versus day 53 of the plan versus day 324 of the plan, right? But once you start going, and even see, this is where like I kind of messed up, because not messed up, that's the wrong term. I wasn't able to read one day for whatever reason, right? So I've taken to just writing the dates in so that I can then transfer it to other things that I have. But yeah, if I like this right here, I was reading Psalm 119, but I hadn't read Psalm 94 from the day before. So once I got to 119, and by the way, Psalm 119 is the longest longest chapter in the Bible. I could only read half of it before I was getting reader's fatigue, okay? And like I said, if my whole heart is not in it, I will not force myself, to continue on. Like, I cannot do that, and I would not suggest that you do that either. I would suggest that you not do that as well. Okay, so yeah, so I just put, okay, I did half of it on this day, right? So I did half of it on the 6th of June, and I did the other half on the 7th of June. And that's okay. Do what you can when you can. Again, the most important part is that you're in the Word, reading the Word of God every single day, as well as having a relationship with the Lord. So all of that's important. And let's just see here. That is pretty much everything, I'm sure. Okay, so let's just do our own little recap, right? So I get up before the sun comes up. So I go on my walk, I listen to Kanoi's Bible study, and she's from Notes and Hughes. All the links that I have mentioned will be below. I come home, I then read through the lesson for myself. I read chapter by chapter, and then I take my own notes, highlight on my own. I go to my Life Application Bible, I read the commentary down below, the verses, and I take even more notes if I find more understanding. Then I go to the Blue Letter Bible, which is a free app on your phone that you can download. Excuse me. I go there and I usually listen to or read through Guzik's commentary. So, and that is line by line. And I read through that and I take more notes and I highlight even more if it can bring me more understanding. Okay. Then I might or might not go to the Bible Project and either watch the video pertaining, like I am going to go for the Song of Songs. I'm going to go to the Bible Project because somebody in the comments has said they had a really good visual on it. So I'm going to go there and watch that video and perhaps go to their website, go to their resources and print that page out and stick it right in my Bible for future reference. Okay. Then at night, I might or might not watch the Bible recap with Tara Lee Cobble. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Yes. So that's how I do it. That's how I do it. Like I said, it could take anywhere from 1 hour a day to 4 hours a day. It all depends. It all depends on what I'm reading. It all depends on what I'm doing. You know, sometimes I just get so engrossed and I'm just like, I can't stop reading. And then other times I do get reader's fatigue. So yeah. But anyway, it's been such a blessing, and I would highly recommend this reading plan because it is in chronological order. It will make so much more sense than just picking and choosing certain things or reading, you know, certain books before reading other books, right? And then also, if you're a beginner, I would definitely consider going over to Kanoi's channel and watching her Bible studies. And they're, like I said, you can just start at the beginning. That's my suggestion. Start at the beginning and just go from there. You know, you come as you are and yeah, and you just start where you're at. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. I really hope this was helpful for you and encouraging to you. And yeah, check out all the links that are down below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll talk to you all real soon. Thanks. Bye.